Oh, hi everyone. It's a warm one today. We're in the middle of a tropical heat wave. It's back end of June. I'm here at my favourite camping spot. Something a little bit different today. It's a bit of an ad hoc camp. I've literally just finished work, packed a bag and come out purely because I had a delivery today. This is my Nightcat Layflat Hammock. It's something I've been looking at for a while. I finally got up the courage to purchase one and give it a go. Notice how I said I've purchased. This hasn't been given. Okay, this isn't sponsored or supported in any way by Nightcat. I was going to buy this anyway, so I thought I'd do a video. So this is the Nightcat Layflat Hammock. So it takes the banana out of a hammock. It's supposed to be a lay flat. So this has never been out of the bag. It came in a box in a plastic bag. I've took it out with that purely just to carry it today, but I've literally not had the chance to open it and have a look at what's inside. So I'll be doing that with you today. So I've got a one-night camp. Luckily I'm off work tomorrow. Hurrah! So we're going to give this a try out, get it set up straight from the bag. First impressions. So you'll get to see it as much as I do. So you know, we'll all be together in this. Let's see how it goes. I've brought a twig stove as well, so I've got a camping stove to light a fire in, just something a bit different. So we'll give that a go, and I think I've got some sausages. We're going to make some meatballs, and I've got some tomato pasta there. So it'll be a simple meal, just pasta and meatballs for dinner, cup of coffee, and I've got my favourite chocolate bar, which is a Star bar. I've got one of those for afters. So that's my night. So we've got a setup of this. We're going to cook some dinner and then have a night in it. So I'm going to cut you loose. I'll reposition the camera. We'll get this. I'm going to choose what trees I'm going to use here in my little corner of the wood and see where we go from there. So I'm going to catch you later, okay? Bye bye. Right, so let's get into this then. Let's get this open and have a look and see how this goes. So we've got the Nightcat Layflat Hammock. Comes in a little hold-all bag. Nice long strap so you can pack stuff on top of it when you're carrying it, which is quite handy. Got some compression straps here with a buckle. So it's quite a roomy bag because if it's anything like past experiences, you know, if you can never get stuff back into the bag once it's been in. So this gives you plenty of room to get it all back in. So we'll have them unzip. Okay, the Layflat Hammock Tent User Manual. We may or may not have a look at that in a bit. So let's have a look at it. So that feels like, yeah. So that's tree straps. Now there's two sets of these. I believe there's a set of daisy chain straps and a set of non-daisy chain flat straps. They're the long ones. I know what they're for. They're for the bottom. There's some day glow shock cord guy ropes, I'm guessing that's what they are, and two Delta style aluminium pegs. So that's all in that bag there. This will be poles, this bag here. Now I believe there are two sets of curved poles that go either end on the bug net on these hammocks, so I'm guessing that's what these are. They seem to be quite good quality here. They're lightweight aluminium, not your cheap fiberglass. So we'll just pop them down there. And this one's got a lovely knot in it. There we go. These are the heavy duty poles. They're the spreader bars for the base of the hammock. So they are what give the hammock the lay flat capabilities, which you tension them on the other straps, from what I've seen on other people's videos. So we'll have a see how they go. And that down there. Just pop the gold all there with the instructions. And then wrapped up in here is the... So that's the actual hammock. And that's got carabiners on it, and it's got the same tension straps running through it, so we'll get that up and see how it goes. Then this here is the rain fly. It's quite good quality actually. It's very similar to like the the DD tarps, you know, it's the siliconized nylon zips and things. I'm not going to pull all of that out just yet. We'll see how that goes once the hammock's up. Okay, so let's have a look at the instructions. It's quite handy that there's just a few simple steps, and there are pictures, which is nice and easy. So we unpack it all. So we set the daisy chain straps up first and set the hammock up. Connect the hammock to that with the carabiners, and then we set up the long straps and the pulls, etc., and tension that. Okay, just 2 seconds. Well, that was unexpected. Sorry for the interruption, guys. I've just met another wild camper, Max. He's from Holland. He's just wild camping down here in the forest as well. I did offer if he wanted to join me and have some dinner, etc. He's politely declined. He's been here a few nights. He's just off doing his own thing, so he's away now. Right, so where was I? We looked at this hammock, weren't we? So I'm just going to turn you back and we'll have another look at this. Okay, so there's the hammock there. So as I was saying, it's got the same webbing on as the tree straps. That'll be for tension, because obviously being a lay flat hammock will basically be under tension to give you that lay flat experience. I'm guessing that's the base of a hammock there. That is quite tough and sturdy nylon, which I'm guessing it needs to be, because as I said, that's going to be under tension. So without further ado, oh, what's this? This is, I believe, I'm probably not going to use this. This is an under hammock, so this suspends underneath the main hammock. You can use it for storage, etc. I don't think I'm going to be using that tonight, so I might pop that back in the bag. It's there if I need it. Okay. Right, so I'm going to reposition the camera again. That's just a quick look at the setup and the instructions. I'm going to have a play with this now and get this set up. So I believe first things first, I need to set up my daisy chains about 1.2 meters up the tree. Connect the hammock. Let's have a look. Both sides of the hammock. Connect with the loops. This is very poorly translated. I don't know, Chinese, I suppose. Okay, yeah, so hammock up, tray straps in, and then the long ones at the bottom, put your tension in. Right, okay, right, let's have a look at this and let's have a go. Okay, tree strap number one. It's just a simple daisy chain strap, so it's got a single loop at one end, multiple loops at the other. Quite strong webbing, it's quite good, so simple as. Round your tree, around about 1.2 meters or thereabouts. I can always adjust it later, and pop the daisy chain through the single loop and pull it through. And that's my first one, and I can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 8 loops there, so I've got plenty of adjustment for the hammock as we go. So that's tree strap number one. Now the tree at the other end is probably about a quarter of the size of this monster, so the other strap will probably have to be around the tree a couple of times. So I'll get that one up, and then we'll attach the hammock and see what that looks like. Okay, so in a bit. So that's the hammock up at either end. I've got it as level as I can. It probably seems a bit high at the moment, but there is some stretch, so this will probably stretch and settle and come down to a more usable level. So it only goes one way, because the bug net only has a zip on one side, so just be aware of that you've got to be aware of the positioning to make sure that the bug net and the zip opening opens out to where you need it to be. Now there's some channels here. It's sectional, so there's two pieces there, two tubes. So these are the curved poles. These are going to go into these tubes, and they're going to give some form to the curved hammock, and the bug net, they're going to go in at either end. And then down at the bottom here, I don't know if you can see that, I'm just going to spin you around a little bit. There we go. So down at the bottom here, there's some pockets and some spring tension and clasps. They're going to be all the big poles, and they'll hold the spreader bars out to some lower straps on there. So I'm going to get these in, then we'll put the straps on, we'll get it tensioned, then we'll come back and have a look at it, and then just have a bit of a fanny about, give it some tweaks, and get it the way we want it, and then we'll put the rain fly on, and then we can start camping. Okay, and there we have it. It's pretty much up, other than the rain fly. So the Nightcat Layflat Hammock. I'm so impressed with the quality. The stitching on here is amazing. So there's the tension straps, and we've gone around the tree. That tree's a bit thick to go around twice for the length of these straps, so I'm hoping that's going to be okay. Just the one. Now it is under tension. As you can see, that just springs back to where it should be. There's the poles. Then we've got the door here, so we'll just find the zip. Silky smooth zips, he said. Change hands. Quite hard doing this one hand, so we'll just push that bug net over the top. And there we go, look at that. So there's your lay flat. So there's some instructions there. Don't light fires in this hammock, that's probably what it says. There's a hook there for your lamp or your keys or whatever. I think what I might do is I might actually run a line from this one over to this one and put a bit of a ridge line in so I can hang stuff. There's a pocket there at this end and a pocket there at this end, and again there's my spring strap, so we can just put a bit of tension in there. It is all under tension, and the stitching, it's all triple stitch, and all the tension is taken by these webbing straps, and these run right the way through the length, so there's no tension on the actual hammock itself. It's all taken from these heavy duty straps. This bit here, you can see how tight that is. There's your spreader bars there, they run through. That's pretty darn good. I think I might climb in and see what it's like. Some handles here, I don't know what they're for, unless they're just to help you getting in and out. As you can see, I have adjusted the height as well, so it's at a much more comfortable height to get in and out. Yeah, I think these straps are just something to hold on to, I think, when you're getting in and out. So we'll jump in and see what it's like. I do have an inflatable mat that's going to go in here to lie on as part of my sleep system with my sleeping bag. Like I say, we're in the middle of a heat wave here in the UK, so I don't think I'm going to be cold tonight. So I'll pop you guys on the tripod and I'll climb in here, and I'm either going to fall out and make an arse of myself or become very comfortable. We shall see. So those clips that were underneath that I said I didn't know what they were for, I was putting my stuff away and I had a flash of inspiration. As I was unpacking the kit, there's an under hammock storage. See that? That's what those 4 clips are for. So they connect via that, then that just hangs. So they can take your storage bag and all your bits and just stash it under there, out the way. How cool is that? I'll say cooking tonight, there's no campfire tonight. I've got the twig stove with me. So I've never actually cooked on this yet, so we'll have a play with this. I have tried it at home. I've had a fire in it just to see how it goes. I don't know if you can see over here, I've been and collected a load of twigs. So tonight's quite a simple affair. We've got some sausage, and you're going to hate me for this, some dried pasta and sauce. That's pasta in a tomato, onion and herb sauce. I thought I might make some meatballs with the sausages, cook the pasta, and we'll have pasta and meatballs for dinner. And then for pudding, my favourite, I've got a Star Bar, a double one, because I'm a fat pig. So we'll have a go at that, and that's my tea. And then obviously we've got the tin mug and some water, so we'll be having coffee as well later as well. Test it. Right, that's done. That is done. So we'll just pop that off to one side. I think I'll pop the kettle on. I think this stove works better with some bigger branch sized rather than twigs, I think. All good, and I've sussed out that you can shut the door to draw the fire a bit to make it burn and make a blazer. Excellent. Right, so there we have it. Pasta and sauce with sausage meatballs. I think this is still going to be a little bit hot. Let's get a bit of sausage there. So it's a tomato and herb sauce even. Oh, it's very hot, but that'll do. So that's my dinner tonight. Again, I'm not going to inflict 15 minutes of me scoffing this dinner, so I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to bring you back in a bit once I've polished this off. Got the kettle on, going to have a coffee and my Star Bar later. Then I think we might head off to bed and have a bit of an early night. See you later. Right, that was dinner, that was, and very nice it was too. So I'm just going to relax. I've got my chocolate, my little treat. I've got a coffee down here. Just going to watch the rest of this fire. It's not the same as a campfire, I must admit. It's a bit of a learning curve cooking on one of these, but you know what, it was alright, it wasn't bad. I don't have the space to do multiple things, so when I've got a campfire, I've got my grill over the top, I can do, you know, I can have the kettle on, I can have 2 pans on the go, that kind of thing. It's 1 pan at a time, but we managed. I think we managed quite well, actually. So that's that then. So we've got the Nightcat behind me. We've got my twig stove here. Got my coffee. Got my chocolate. I'm just going to wish you all a very good night. It's starting to quiet down here now. It's getting dark. The pheasants are honking like vintage cars. There's wood pigeons. I heard an owl before. So I think I'm just going to stop my waffle, enjoy my coffee, my chocolate, and just settle down with the sounds of the forest. And then I'm not long for this world. I'm going to go to bed very shortly because I am so tired. So I'm going to leave you there, and I will see you all next time. Thanks very much, guys. It's been a blast. Bye bye.